Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic Monday. In the spirit of remaking old videos, today I'm going to be showing you a new and improved, cheap light box setup for your reptiles or anything you want to take pictures of. The last time I made this video was in 2018, and I have improved quite a few things that make it look much better, and I wanted to share them with you today because this goes along very nicely with our last video on how to fire up your crested gecko. Now that you got your crested gecko all fired up, I'm sure you want to take some nice pictures of them, and this will show you how today. So this is kind of my setup here. I know it doesn't look the best from the outside, but if you like any of my videos I've taken in the past or any of my Instagram photos, this is exactly how I do it. So you'll notice the first thing I have set up here is a phone. I figure everybody's got a phone. I don't actually have a special camera. I use a Samsung Galaxy S7 like that is set up here on this little tripod. It's exactly what I use to take all my pictures and all my videos. So if you have a nicer, newer phone, you can expect even better results than this. But that's like the first thing I got set up here is this Samsung Galaxy S7. So you'll need something to record with, obviously. But the next thing you're going to need is a good old-fashioned clear tub like this. Now, I would prefer a tub that is quite large. This happens to be a 64-quart tub. And you'd prefer one that is tall from top to bottom. And what I mean by this is, as you can see, this one's pretty tall from top to bottom, but I'm laying it on its side. So you want one that's tall and not necessarily super wide. But the next thing you're going to need is some good old paper. This happens to be white paper, almost like poster board. And that's something I've changed too, is that if you get a glossier paper, it seems to make the photos look better. Versus before I was using watercolor paper, which for some reason didn't seem to work as well, but this poster board from Dollar Tree works great. And I also have this stand here using the hold up the phone. It was $20 on Amazon. You don't really need this if you're taking pictures, but for videos it is pretty much necessary. That way you can hold geckos up in midair and shoot with two hands instead of trying to hold the phone with one. But other than that, the paper is a big improvement. So definitely go for a glossy paper if you can find one, and it doesn't need to be white. It could be any color you want, and you could also add props if you want to. I have also added a light. I know this one looks pretty banged up, but let's take a look at the light bulb quick. It is an LED 5000K bulb, which is bright white. You're shooting for between like a 4000 and a 6000. That's pretty much considered like daylight. It'll make your geckos look a lot better in a natural light. I've noticed that too. I've also had to change a couple bulbs because the yellow ones just don't cut it. You can see here is my setup. It's not very great, I know. It's on my gecko tray with a water bottle holding it and on a card table. So that's how I'm holding it up, I know, but it works. And you can see I have it about 6 inches away from the tub. That lets the light filter out a little bit so it's not so direct and so bright. I would definitely recommend doing that too. That's something I realized after a couple months, is that if you have the light a little bit away, it looks much, much better than if you have the light sitting directly on the tub. But the next thing is obviously you're going to need to take a look and see what it actually looks like here. So let's click on the camera and let's take a peek at what my hand looks like, and then I will get a gecko out and we'll take a look at that too, so you know that this does work. So camera's on, here we go. I know it looks kind of crappy because we're looking through two cameras, but here's my hand here. You can see looks perfect, you know. It's a little bit cloudy because we're trying to look through two phone screens and into the background here, but I'll show you guys what it looks like with a gecko in just a moment so you guys know this does work. So here is my gecko Rose. She is a subadult red female. She'll probably be breeding in 2022. You can see she is very misfired here. She looks all sorts of funny, but you can see this is how I record all my videos. So this is something that I feel like everyone can do. It's very easy. And the reason I don't buy any of the ones from Amazon is, one, I'm extremely cheap and I've already had all these things laying around, so I don't need to buy anything. But also, a lot of those have like cloth inserts, and I'm afraid that if a gecko poops on them, they're going to get stained and then it's going to look crappy. And that's the nice thing about having the paper background. It gets dirty, throw it away. You can go buy a new one for 25-50 cents at Dollar Tree. But anyway, hopefully this helped you out. Let me know if you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you drop a like on it. I'd also like to see your photos with this setup. If you have any, tag me in them on Instagram and I'll take a look at it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.